Hi, I'm Scott Spiro, bringing you more TechSense and less nonsense. Artificial intelligence. It was sci-fi movie fodder a decade ago, but many are now calling it inevitable. Is artificial intelligence coming soon to our devices? I remember watching movies in the 70s and 80s imagining a future filled with robots, teleporters, flying cars, and that really cool floating skateboard that Marty McFly rode in Back to the Future. Man, I wanted one of those. But none of those things have actually come close to becoming a reality. But many people are thinking that artificial intelligence might be different. Many respected thinkers like Ray Kurzweil are saying that artificial intelligence is an inevitable consequence of our technological explosion in recent years. And Harvard researcher Alex Wisner-Gross believes he's found the equation for intelligence that will be used by computer programs to simulate human thought processes. According to these thinkers, the internet is eventually going to become like an all-knowing brain that not only contains all the knowledge we have, but it'll also be able to direct that knowledge toward particular actions and various software programs leveraging it as well. In a famous example of this, Google created an AI system in 2012 using 1,000 computers with 16,000 total core processors to analyze YouTube videos. The program was not told what to look for, and it surprised everyone when it taught itself to identify cat videos. These programs are going to need a lot more processing power, data, and time, but it's moving along. Google is also currently working on a quantum computer that will be able to process vastly more data than current computers. Now think about what that would lead to. It might lead to a working artificial intelligence. For examples of practical applications, we can look to our smartphones. Now, Microsoft recently announced that their new Windows 8.1 phones will have a virtual assistant in them named Cortana. If that sounds familiar, it's the name of the AI in the popular Microsoft video game Halo. It's nice to see Microsoft having some fun with their software, and I've got one of these Windows phones, so I'm excited as well. Cortana will have a video recognition and speech system that you can talk to, and it will provide answers to your questions from within your phone's database and from the Bing search database. To one-up Apple's Siri assistant, Cortana is going to be able to learn from your behaviors and offer you suggestions based on your past preferences. It's not quite an AI, but it's certainly a step closer. In reality, artificial intelligence in the future isn't going to be so much of a self-determined robot walking around as it's going to be a series of programs that process huge amounts of information with the pattern recognition and practical thoughtfulness of a human mind. These programs could be used to find hidden patterns within our historical and behavioral data that will help us solve major social and economic problems more easily. We're probably a decade or two away from having enough processing power for computer programs to make complex human-like decisions, but it's definitely coming. It may not be an all-powerful AI computer like HAL from 2001 or the movie The Matrix, but very soon it'll be on our devices and it'll know us better than we know ourselves. Or they might just want to watch cat videos all day. I'm Scott Spiro, and this is TechSense.